Hey guys, if you're wondering who it is, it's obviously AQ Edits here. Basically, last video, I got a request on making a video about doing a tutorial on basic fighting animations and Spider-Man's web slinging animation that I did in the last video, which was Spider-Man vs. Shocker. So basically, that's what I'm going to be here doing today. I'm going to show you punching and kicking animations, the basics, and then after that, I'm going to show how I do my web slinging animations. Alright, let's hop into Stick Nudes. Alright, here we are on Stick Nudes. Alright, first off, I just want to say that if you want my animations, my frames per second are 15. I do 15 frames per second. So I just want to get that out of the way first in case you're wondering. Alright, so also another tool you could use if you want to is if you click the view options button right here, you can press wait, where is it? You can press show guides, and basically what that will do is it will bring out these line thingies. Now when your two characters are engaging in combat, they can that way, if you want them to engage in any sorts of combat, these guidelines right here are sort of where you can keep them standing on. That way the animation could look slightly smoother and they're not just going down or up or all over the place or anything. So you can just put them on these guidelines. Another tip you could do when you're making a punching animation is you could use the shift lock. Alright, now we're gonna get to the actual stuff now, because I don't want to keep bombarding you with tips nobody asked for. Alright, first you need to get your character in a combat stance. Nice combat stance, make sure it's good. And then for the second frame, you sort of want to use that shift lock foot to bend your toes, and then you want to bend that toe right there, not the toe, I meant the foot that has a shift lock, and make the character lean forward slightly and raise his fist like this, like he's going for a good old punch here. His arm needs to be raised up, blah blah blah. And then what you want to do is you want to dash forward like this on the second frame, and then usually at this time I'd make contact with the character, or make the punch be fully thrown. Make contact with the character and stuff. Boom. And then after that, we're gonna make the punch waver slightly, a bit like the punch is finished and stuff. Make his body bend slightly so it could look better. So I don't stop here. Basically what I do is, after I'm done with the punching animation, what I do is, after I'm done, I go in the spot in between the frame and the frame where he finally does the first punch, and basically what I do is I press add twined frame, and it's gonna give me this where his arm is going up, but I don't want that. I want it to look smoother and thick. So basically what you want to do is you want to grab his arm right here. You want to press the smart stretch. That's what I do. So you can stretch it like this. I don't think nobody's gonna notice the elbow is a little bit off or anything, but what you want to do is you're giving off that idea that it's throwing a punch, so it can look more realistic instead of it going upward and then punching. You can smart stretch it slightly. That way the punch can, it just does something. It makes the stuff look better. So then, boom. Look at that beauty right there. Now, usually I'd stop at this right here, but if you want to know how to get out of a punch animation, like, oh, he punched. Now, how is he supposed to get back into a normal stance after the punch? you kind of just, if you're feeling lazy, you know, I'd say, if you're feeling lazy, I'd say, like, just simply make his body normal, and then add a tween frame. It looks good, actually. It looks pretty good. You add a tween frame, but you can do that. All right, so this is what the punch animation looks like. Yeah, all right, so this is how we got the punch animation. Now for the kick animations, that's something different. We're going to, basically, what we want to do is, we want to still keep the character in the stance, basically, and we want to, like, give him some room for the opponent he's attacking, and then we, wait one sec, wait, what? Alright. Oh wait, why am I messing with his arm? And then what we want to do is we want to get him to get a step off the ground where his feet is shifting, and then we want to shift his arm slightly so, like, you know, he's going in for the kick and stuff, and then, oh, it looks terrible, but hey, listen. This is why I say, if you don't like the way your animation looks, you can just add tween frames. It's gonna make it look way better. See, it looks a little better now. Now, you know, draw the foot kicking outward and stuff. Boom, that's done. So, you wanna. And if this video is getting too long for you, I'll put it at the beginning. And if the video seems too long for you, I can just make a short of it, explained in under 1 minute, and then we can do that, like, frame by frame and stuff with the punches and kicks. But then you're gonna have to stay on this part. And if you want to see the web sling, just skip to a certain part, and then you'll see me do it. Alright. Alright. Just like the punch, when his foot wavers after the punch fully, then you're gonna want to make his foot waver. Same thing if you want to put him back in the resting stance. Now, I'm not gonna draw the opponent like going back from the punch or anything, but if you want me to do that, I can make another tutorial about that or something. Alright. Now, once you're in the resting, just press tween frame 50%. It looks way better. Boom. Boom. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Alright, good. Alright, now for the swinging. Alright, you got your Spidey. So you need to use a web shooting thing. I'd use like the spaghetti webbing pack. It's pretty reliable. So basically, usually what I do is I get him jumping off of a building or jumping up in the sky, basically, and then midair he does a web swing. So I'm gonna just do him jumping off a building. So basically, Alright, you get the web shooters ready. Basically, you know, you animate him falling first, then you once you're done fully animating him falling, it might look slightly rough, and if it looks rough, then like I told you, you can use the add tween frame. It helps a lot. So once you got him fully ready in the stance where he's about to shoot out his webs, then that's when you get the web shooters, and what you want to do is you want to press join to and connect the center of it to his palm, and doing that will make the process so much easier. So what you want to do is once you got it, you're going to animate him falling and stuff while the web shooter sits. Once you animate him doing that, you're gonna animate him falling. The web shooters, while the web shooter is shooting out, you're gonna add a motion blur effect to it. But that's only on Stick Nodes Pro, basically. If you don't have Stick Nodes Pro, you can just do it without the motion blur. It's fine. It's still gonna look good. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure. Alright, once you got the web fully sticking out, it's not fully locked onto its target yet. So what you want to do, stretch out the thing, and then you want to have it latch onto a target now. It's fully latched on, then you can take off the web slinging motion blur. And what you want to do is you want to add a lock just at the center where the tips, where the web shooter is fully opening, and then what you want to do is you want to move it like that. That way, but it might be a little difficult. Might be a little bit difficult if you but I mean it works. Might be a little bit difficult to animate. Once you have the stick figure of him, the frame of him with his web shooters out, you can animate him swinging. You can, every time he moves in the frame, you can sort of animate it by moving the thing, because it has a shift lock. That was moving because it has a shift lock. It needs to lock in place on a building, and then you can just animate him swinging by. No, wait, this is not, I'm not gonna have him do a backflip. What are we doing here, bro? No, adjust it, because no, what am I doing, bro? What you want to do is don't put him in the tucking stance, actually, because that's bad for the animation, because it's not gonna look smooth once it finally is over. It's gonna look stupid. So what you want to do is animate him and you want to animate him in this pose, sort of, where he's like da-na-na-na-na, where his arms are behind him and his feet, legs are in this sort of pose. That way it could look better. Boom. All right, we got the pose. Now what we want to do is, if you want to, you can add like a blur effect. Actually, yeah, add a blur effect. But like I said, if you don't have Stick Nodes Pro, it's okay, bro. You can just, you don't have to add the dash effect. But if you have Stick Nodes Pro, just simply animate him flying out of the scene, the camera, the edge of the camera, and you could 100% animate him just going out little by little. But what I like to do is I would like to fully get him out of the frame, and then I use a tween frame again. It looks better. I'm telling you, it's easier. And like I said, if you have a problem with your animation, then you can add a tween frame in between a certain frame, then it'll look better. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, but certain tween frames don't look good, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Certain tween frames don't look good. Sometimes it's better to just keep it a certain way. But hey, listen, that's the tech, bro. All right, web slinging and kicking, animating over. I hope you like this video. I really do. So there you go. Wait, what's his name again? So, all right, got your name. So that one kid, W. Cole. My bad if I completely got your name wrong, but sorry if I messed up on your name. But there you go. You got your web swinging animation. You got your basic fighting animations and stuff. I hope you like this video. I hope everybody else likes this video too. And peace out. Love y'all.
Okay, this is where I'm at. Samurai, they got my back. Yours loyal, take no crap. You talking smack, you getting smacked. Blade swinging at your chest. Hold up, let me catch my breath. Head of the samurai, all the way up to my death. Slow it down. Hey girl, what's poppin'? Wait, you're a boy? Oh my bad, let me stop then. Look, I know you don't never know who's watching. So instead of all of this and look.